Yo! What's happening, everybody? We're back with another episode of Too Much Fantasy Football over here on the Fantasy Football Advice Network. I'm Brian, host of the show, Too Much Fantasy Football. Walking the wire. It's waiver wire. It's week 7, and I mean we gotta make a splash this week. We have got to make a splash. We had so many injuries hit us this week. It's okay, folks. It's okay. We're gonna make it through. Whether it's ugly or not, we're gonna find a way. Fill up those rosters. Make sure we're picking up some people this week because it's critical. 6 weeks in, we got some 0-6 teams in here, some 1-5s. We have to make some efforts, that final push to make the playoffs. We're excited to make it happen. Like I said, I'm here for you. We're going to load up the chats today, make as much happen as we can. I'm here to talk trades, here to talk waiver wire pickups, all that we possibly can. And here we go, starting off early. Marcus, how you doing, man? Drake London or QJ for Jefferson and Genty. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm 100% doing that right there. London, it's hard to trade him away after a game like that, but we consistently see how much better he is when Darnell Mooney's off the field, and obviously the Falcons don't intend to keep him off the field all day, every day. So, yeah, I'm here for it. If you can get Jefferson and Genty for London and possibly a declining QJ, I'm here for it. I am absolutely here for that. So, Marcus, smash that, man. I'd love to get that trade. And anybody else? Anybody else has more questions, load them up. We'll start filling this up as we get more and more people in here. Thank y'all again for listening, hanging out with me, bringing the fun. Or you bring the questions, I'll bring the fun, hopefully, right? Yeah, that's what we're hoping for anyway, right? Absolutely. Let's get a little music in here so we don't have to just listen to me in the background and get a little wildness. All right. All right, what are we looking at? So, injuries. They came in heavy this week. It was wild. I mean, Emeka Egbuka is probably the biggest one everybody's looking at right now. Came onto the scene just flying a little too fast. That hamstring got pulled this week. We are looking at, they say it's not bad, but like everybody else is hurt for that team. So we might get Mike Evans back here pretty soon. So maybe they give him a week or two to sit it out and feel it out. But Sterling Shepard's probably going to be the one I'm looking to replace him. We do have the rookie Tez Johnson, the second-year player, Cameron Johnson. Keep wanting to say Caleb Johnson. But yeah, Cameron Johnson and Tez Johnson both with the big scores this past week. I'm excited to see who comes away with it. All right, what do we got? Jason, what's happening, man? What's up, my guy? I'm going to bomb rush you with so many questions. Just give me a bit. Hey, hit me up. You got 57 minutes. Let's do it. I'm here for you. Nobody else here. It's just you and me. Just a nice little one-on-one. Maybe some listening on. We got Marcus in here asking. But Jason, yeah, don't hold him back, man. Let me have him. Other injuries we're looking at this week. Marvin Harrison Jr., man. Potential to have probably the best game of his career this past week, if only. He could have continued playing with Brissett. Missed out on the game, concussion. We're going to see him missing at least 1 week. And I believe they have their bye week. There's a bunch of these guys that, like, it's bye week next week, so... you wouldn't be surprised at them sitting out this week. Yeah, Cardinals by week 8, so we won't see Marvin Harrison back until week 9. That's not bad. Give him 2 weeks. He's a young asset. We don't want to rush him back if we don't have to. So I'm here for it. Other injuries. Look, unless you're playing IDP, you really don't care too much. But this one's more just, I say funny. If you're a 49ers fan, it's probably not funny. But Fred Warner, man, going down. That's a rough one. Like, your two best defensive players, him, Bosa, out for the season. It's rough, especially because the 49ers are going to the playoffs, man. Their record, I think they're, 4-2, 5-2 right now, 4-2. They have I think one of, if not the best remaining schedules the rest of the season. So the 49ers are going to find themselves in the playoffs. Might be an easy a bye week for some team that's playing them, or they make a long run through the season. I really don't want to see that. As much as I'd love to see the Niners go, but like y'all don't have the fuel to make it to the Super Bowl, so it's hard to root for them. Albert, what's happening, man? Always good to see you. Appreciate you here hanging out with us. Again, everybody, you got any questions for me? Load it up the chat, whether it's trade, whether it's start sit, or you just want to vent. You want to rage. I am all down to go on a nice little tirade. I got one built up. I started going on one Sunday night, but I pulled it back a little bit. So y'all want to get wild here. You want to get nasty. I'm here for you. I am absolutely here for you. Other injuries, Puka Nacua. Damn, another one. Hit you, cut you deep there with that injury. Now we're kind of looking to Devontae Adams to fill in that role. And then, of course, who is it? Is it Tutu Atwell? Is it Jordan Whittington? Does it even matter? Because they're playing in the international game and they've got a week 8 bye. Another one, injury and double up. So I think end of the day, it's probably best for Puka because then you're guaranteed he just sit out 2 games. You only miss him for 1. But it's an international game. They're playing Jacksonville. Both these are 2 4-2 teams playing over there in London. I don't think I'm going to be forcing. Like, if you really need to play one, throw in Whittington. I'm cool with that. I completely understand that. But overall, like, it's a hard one to play, especially after we watched that Jets-Broncos game over there in London. That was just abysmal. Other injury news we've got here. Juwan Jennings, man. Folks, if I could show you my receipts. I had quite a few parlays this week. Some 2 and 3, 2 and 3 pick parlays. Not bad, but of course, I had to go cute. I got to go for that lottery ticket. Did like 5, 6, 7, 8 leg parlays. And folks, if I could tell you the amount of misses I had by one freaking player, and one of them was just as common as Juwan Jennings, man. Absolutely hurt me. It was one of those, if Mac Jones plays, you wanted to go for Kendrick Bourne. He plays favorites. That's why we came to this season with Brian Thomas Jr. hype. But yeah, Juwan Jennings, 5 broken ribs. I hope he doesn't play. There's no reason to put him out there. You know, if he's going to be squirm every time he gets hit, if it's just not bad for us. So, Ricky Pearsall, I guess we're hoping he comes back this week. George Kittle, we have a chance that he comes back. But it's really hard as far as those 49ers go because I want a piece of that offense. But it's been ugly. Garrett Wilson, knee injury. Last I saw, nothing structurally damaged there. Like, we're not out for the season, but they are going to be safe with him. They're going to take it day by day. They have a week 9 bye. The worst part of this whole situation, though, they play Carolina and Cincinnati the next 2 weeks before their bye week. So if ever there was a time you were ready to start up Garrett Wilson without a regard, without even thinking about who you're starting him over, these were the next 2 weeks for it. And I mean, there's a chance we miss him out on both those games. So it's going to be rough. We're pivoting to Allen Lazard. No, absolutely not. We'll swing on over there to Mason Taylor if we want to get that ugly. But yeah, Josh Reynolds, Taylor, we have, is it Tyler Johnson? Yeah, it's freaking Tyler Johnson, 27-year-old, the dude from the Rams from a while back. And then the rookie, what's his, Arian Smith, is that his name? Yeah, 24-year-old. I didn't do a lot of prospects counting on him because as far as Dynasty, when a rookie's coming out that old, I usually don't have that much care about him until it comes to redraft. All right, there we go. Hope those bubbles don't screw with us. We've got Calvin Ridley out with hamstring. Do we really care? Not do we care that he's hurt? Do we really care for fantasy that Ridley is out? Like at this point, you're looking to pivot to Ayu Banner if you are going to swing over to anything. But I don't like anything having to do with this offense at all. Pollard, I was really excited for Pollard as far as Tajay Spears being on IR. I thought those first 4 weeks he could really jump out to it. RB 31, 29, 15, 33, 19, 32. It's been pretty consistent. I will give him that. 7 to 13 points just about every week, except this past one he only got 5. So if you need a plug and play to get you, double-digit points, I don't think it's bad. But Tajay Spears coming back, and now they're going to be in potentially poor game script. Head coach is fired, so hopefully we get to change up the offense a little bit because they were not targeting the running backs at all. Could have been by design, or it could have been a little Cam Ward. Cam Ward likes to go for the big one. He likes to throw it down deep, so I completely get if he's not looking to check it down. But at this point, your best wide receiver, your best overall talent is gone off the field. We need to get the running backs involved. We need to be dumping it off to them left and right. Ayu Manor, Okonkwo. Are you really that bad tight end? You're going to be looking that direction? I'm not sure. Other injuries, what do we have? David Njoku. This one's key. We've been talking the last few weeks how I'm not into Fannin or Njoku for the most part. They're kind of cannibalizing each other. It wasn't pretty, but I like Fannin. I do like Fannin, especially this week and going forward, just in the whole realm of Njoku's not there to ruin his day. Zappa. I like Zappa. Let's go with Zappa. Should I offer Jacobs and Harrison and JMO for Jonathan Taylor? That's a lot. If it gets you Jonathan Taylor, I get it. I'm cool with it. JMO is one of those players that I really don't want on my team. I'm not necessarily dropping him, but like you've gotten 2 good weeks out of him out of 6, and mostly teams can't really afford to drop 0 in their flex spot for multiple weeks, just praying for the big one. So I don't mind moving on from him, moving on from Harrison. I completely get that, but Jacobs and Taylor, like there's a tier break between them, but I don't see it as huge. So if you have the wide receiver depth, I would do it. I like Jonathan Taylor rest of the season. They have a pretty decent schedule as far as what Daniel Jones, that offense, is doing. It's awesome. Jacobs too. He's got a pretty good rest of the season. So I don't hate either one, but if you want to make that move, consolidate your roster, open up some bench spots, I don't hate that move at all. So go get Johnny T. Go get him. I'm trying to think. The only thing, though, with that is the Colts have not had their bye, and Josh Jacobs would. So you kind of lose out on a game in that pivot. Let me pull up here. I don't remember. I think it's late in the season. Yeah, they're week 11. So you'd go 4 more weeks, but then you'd have that bye in week 11, not having him or you have. Oh, nice. What else we got here? I have Dobbs, Pearsall, and CD as wide receivers. So you're banking on CD coming back, being able to push off those other 2. Yeah, if you got Dobbs, it's kind of hard to play Dobbs when you have Josh Jacobs, so I get that. Ricky Pearsall, damn. Could you imagine if he was healthy? Could you imagine if he was healthy this whole season? He would be feasting. Those first few weeks, he was leading the league in yards, or top 3 in yards, I don't remember at this point. But it was looking great. Yeah, go for it. Harrison's inconsistent, J-Mo's inconsistent, and go get yourself JT. I don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. I guess, let me know your league size. I guess that and your record may play into it a little bit too. But folks, it's that time of year, man. I love this time. Like, it's usually the first 2-3 weeks. 12-team league, nice. Usually this time of, or the first like 2 to 3 weeks, at least in my leagues anyway, nobody wants to trade with me. They think I know something they don't, which I clearly don't. I'm going off my gut, and they want to see how the players develop. Well, by that point, I know how they develop too, so I no longer want those shots that I was willing to take earlier. So we're 6 weeks in, teams are pretty developed. Those 2 and 4 teams are right there on the cusp where they want to see if they want to make a move. So that usually is where I try to take advantage of it. What else do we have here on injuries? DeMarcado, ankle injury. This one's interesting. This one's interesting for sure because we got that late notification that Bam Knight was supposed to be the starter. I guess technically it was the starter. Michael Carter was out there plenty there at the beginning of the game. And I think going forward, at least the next few weeks, I know they have the Packers this week. But just as far as like game script and what it looks like going forward, I think it's going to be Michael Carter. No, I'm sorry. They play Indy this week. And I'm sorry, they just played Indy. They play Green Bay this week, and then they have a bye. So yeah, I think that Michael Carter stands a better chance, at least in that game script, to get more work. Bam Knight, probably score a touchdown if they get in close, but I feel you there. There's Zappa coming back at us because the team that has JT has Bijan too, so I'm guessing they don't need Taylor that much. So maybe just J-Mo and Jacobs, or maybe instead J-Mo and Dobbs. Yeah, okay, sorry, I was reading. Yeah, J-Mo and Dobbs straight up. Definitely wouldn't. I got you, what you're saying. Yeah, because who were you originally talking about? Harrison. Yeah, if you could hold on to Harrison and maybe do J-Mo Dobbs for... they might not want Dobbs, though, if you're giving them Josh Jacobs. Either way, the team's doing pretty good holding on to JT and Bijan. I'm kind of surprised if they'd be wanting to move on from him. Interesting. I will say that one game does make a little bit of a difference to me. Like, JT is outpacing overall as far as points per game over Josh Jacobs, but there's not a wide receiver that's breaking out, I don't think, for this team. Josh Jacobs should be heavily involved in there, so don't trade the bank. If you can get something, I don't mind the J-Mo Dobbs. If you can hold on to Harrison, I like that. But I really don't see a huge difference between J-Mo and Jacobs as far as the rest of the season goes. When you add in at least the fact that there's that bye week in there. Ooh, look at that. A couple 5-1 teams trading up. I'm sure that's going to annoy the hell out of the rest of the league, sitting there salivating looking for good players, and you guys are swapping good ones at 5-1. That's awesome. I love that. I got my home league, my youngest brother, he's 0-6 right now, and I want to trade with him. No way anybody's going to let that happen. They're going to call collusion on it. So I'm just sitting there just watching good players go to the wayside. Let me pull up my rest of season rankings, see where I do have. So I've got Josh Jacobs at 5 rest of season. I've got Johnny T at number 2 rest of season. So a little bit of a difference, but end of the day, it's not a huge difference for me. I guess it's personal preference. If you prefer JT, go get him, man. Go get him. All right, as Ruiz. Let's go with Ruiz because what do we have here? I need a tight end. Who should I pick up? Ertz, Fannin, Higbee, Otten. Higbee does not excite me at all. They've got that rookie Terrence Ferguson. Not that he's necessarily getting used. Higbee is getting used, but just no excitement there. Otten, I completely understand the fill-in for this week because of the injuries, but again, he's a guy that he's a cardio guy. He runs a lot, and he really doesn't perform for what he should in the involvement he has. Big fan of Fannin this week. Very big fan of Fannin, especially with us missing David Njoku for injury. But I don't hate Ertz either. I think that Ertz going up against Dallas this week, very juicy matchup. So if you're fab bidding, I'd probably bid higher on Fannin, and we'll put in that $0 $1 bid for Ertz. So if you don't get Fannin, you've got Ertz in a decent plug and play, and we'll go into week 8 looking for another streamer possibly if you need him. But yeah, Fannin play the Dolphins, which is code for a college team because they're not very good. Everybody kicks some booty against them. Fannin's coming off 10 targets, 7 catches, 81 yards. I like that to continue. He hasn't really had a blow-up game. That was his best finish, tied in 8 this past week. But getting Miami and New England the next couple of weeks, I think you're going to get some use as far as what Fannin can do. Ertz, he might be more of a touchdown or bust. Fannin, I think he gives you a higher floor. We got Zappa coming back in here. I've gotten so lucky picking up waiver wire things like Bourne and Rico. Dude, I was so excited for the emergence of freaking Diggs. And after 200-yard games, it was the Bourne game. It was the Bourne ridiculousness. It was the Bourne kick me in the... It was terrible. But yeah, if you picked up him and Rico, you're going to have an issue too. Once Chuba Hubbard comes back, they have to split it. There's no way. Even if they don't go 50-50, it's going to be 60-40 split. Absolutely have to see Rico get involved. And does that take them both down to like high-end flex plays? Does Rico have more of the explosiveness? It'll be interesting. I'm really excited to see how that involves. The one I lost was the weak CD, James Conner. Oh. Yeah, that'll do it. It's kind of hard to bounce back, especially in a 12-team league. Usually don't have the depth on your starting roster to make it over that. It's rough. Maybe instead of JMO and Dobbs, I could sell high on Bourne. If you could, I'm cool with it. Because honestly, I kind of look at the Patriots similar to like the Bills right now. He's spreading the ball around. You know, it could be a Hunter Henry game. It could be a Diggs game, a Booty game, a Pop Douglas game. Kyle Williams. We're still waiting for Kyle Williams to show up. A second-round pick. Granted, Patriots are terrible at drafting wide receivers, clearly. But, like, again, the draft capital is there. So you'd think at some point he's going to get involved. So I'm all on board for selling Bourne if you can get anything for him. If you can't, I don't mind him as a streamer. He's a great plug-and-play guy, or decent anyway. If you look at fantasy point separation score, their ass metric, average separation, whatever it stands for. Booty's top 5 on the season right now. So the ability for the big plays are there. It's essentially like a cheap JMO, so I don't mind the Bourne if you can. Oh my God, I'm getting Booty and Bourne swapped up. My bad there. Either way, if you can sell on Bourne, I'm definitely there. Wow, struggling there. Should I drop Ridley for... I believe this would be Cameron Johnson, not Caleb Johnson. Caleb Johnson for the Steelers, the rookie running back. Or I imagine you're meaning Cameron Johnson for the Bucks. Honestly, I think Cameron Johnson's third. I think it would be Sterling Shepard, Tez Johnson, and Cameron Johnson. Between the Johnsons, it's purely just because Tez is the rookie. Cameron had the chance last year as a second-year player, so maybe they see what they have in the rookie and Tez. But I think it's going to be Sterling Shepard's going to be the one I want. Dropping Ridley, though, I think I would drop Ridley for Booty at this point. Ridley missing a couple of games. He's not on an exciting offense. I don't think we're going to see consistency there. So I'm with you on that one. Where else? Where we at? Okay, first things first. I won all my leagues this week. 6-0, 5-1, 4-2. Jason, way to go. Way to go. It's like you listened to the show or something. No, I'm kidding. Crushing it, man. Doing awesome. Love to see that. But thank you, man. Hey, anytime. Appreciate you stopping by. If you want to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If not, we'll see you back next week. Absolutely. Jason, start one this week or rest of the season. Knicks, Caleb, or Purdy. Okay, so Knicks scares the crap out of me going forward. He is going to be almost like the highest end streamer that you can get. He has that great rushing floor, but he hasn't looked great. He really hasn't. His deep ball has been one of the worst in the league, like down there with Bryce Young and some of the others. I guess for this week, let me pull up my rankings here. If you guys do want to check out my rankings, I've got them over there on Fantasy Pros, one of the rankers. Brian Hartman, just right in there. We had a top 20 finish last week, top 10 finish a couple weeks ago, so we're doing decent. We're doing decent. Hoping to do better this past week. I'm sure I'm got wrecked. I can't wait till tonight, till the standings come out. As far as, I do have Caleb Williams at 9 this week, Bo Nix at 10. Purdy, I don't know that I actually have Purdy in here yet. I got Purdy at 20. Still waiting to find out the official on him. So at this point, I think I would go Caleb Williams. They are playing New Orleans. Bo Nix gets the Giants. Giants definitely a more intimidating defense than New Orleans. So yeah, give me Caleb Williams this week. We saw him run into touchdown. He's thrown a bit more. I really like what Ben Johnson's doing out there. Rest of the season, I think it's going to be Caleb too. He gives me more excitement than the other two, or at least a higher ceiling. I do believe he is a better passer than Nix. Purdy's just unsexy. Nothing against the guy. He goes out there and does good work. He's given us a couple top 12 finishes over the last 2 years, but it's just, I want to win with some flair. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to win with Sam Darnold on their roster. You want to win with Lamar on your roster. And that's just what I'm looking at Purdy. Rest of the season, it'll probably be Fields, Caleb. Okay, look, when it goes to Fields, there is no rest of season with Fields. You cannot own just Fields unless your waiver wire quarterbacks are popping. Fields scares the crap out of me. These next 2 weeks, I'm really excited for him. The lack of Garrett Wilson kind of hurts that, but at least the 2 matchups he has are really, really enticing. Hell, we've had rumors. Maybe somebody gets traded. But the Jets trade for anybody, but you can always hope. Just looking at Daniel Jones. You kill me with Daniel Jones. As a Colts fan, man, it's hard. I don't know where I believe with him. As far as rest of season, I've got Caleb at 11, Daniel Jones at 12, Fields at 14, and then Darnold down at 19. So yeah, you're right there in that rough spot. Darnold, I think you can kind of catch and release. He's, again, one of those least sexy names where I think he's going to stay on waivers. Maybe somebody picks him up, but they'll drop him back. I'd probably go... Oh, man. As far as rest of season, I want Fields in the mix just because of the boom he can give you. And probably Daniel Jones. Maybe Caleb. No, going back. We're going to go Caleb. We're going to go Caleb over Daniel Jones. That's how my rankings say. Look at me tilting. So nobody's here to set me right. Fields, Dart, and Darnold rest of season. Dart's hard. Dart is really hard in a single quarterback league. Again, I don't want to own just one. Honestly, I don't want to own just one of any of these guys. I want to own 2 of the 3. Darnold seems like a nice floor, whereas you get the ceiling with Dart and Fields. So maybe you go Darnold and Dart. Darnold and Fields if you believe there. The biggest speculation is they asked Aaron Glenn, the head coach of the Jets, quarterback safety. Is Fields going to be the guy? They really don't have a pivot option. It's Tyrod Taylor. And Virginia Tech fan here. I love me some Tyrod, but end of the day, he is the age that he is now. It's past his prime, well past his prime. So could he give us 3 or 4 decent games rest of the season? Absolutely. I think for fantasy, Justin Fields gives us more excitement, more oomph into the game. So give me Darnold and Fields. I get. Oh my god, that's gross. I don't want to answer, Jayden. No, I'm kidding. Dart's got some rough ones. I have heard rumors. Again, rumors. I'm not trying to spread anything, but it's fun. We love us some trade rumors that the Giants are kicking the tires on Chris Olave. Now, if that happens, I am immensely more attracted to Dart, just as far as what he can give us. But right now, 17 for 25, 26 for 40. It's going to be hard for him to get it done through the air when you have Wandale as your number 1, Darius Slayton out there. Lil Jordan Humphreys is his number 3 receiver right now, so it's not pretty. It's going to be hard for him to get through it. Jason Taylor filling us up. Appreciate it, man. Which two RB handcuffs are the best right now? So we got Spears, Miller, Knight, Tootin, Gainwell, Quorum, Algier. I have Kamara and Pollard, so that's why I have Spears. Honestly, I don't think having Kamara and Pollard. Okay, so let me figure out how to phrase this. I do think it's worth owning Spears and Miller, but I don't know if I want to own just solely the Saints and the Titans backfield. You know, the starter and the backup, because like truly, what is the upside? Say Kamara's out for the rest of the season. You know, he pulls a pinky toe. He just wants to sit out till next year. Like how high does Kendre Miller really go? So if I'm truly looking for like the ceiling of the ceilings, it would probably be Tootin in Algier. As far as it's hard for me, Tootin. I've been tooting him up all off season and coming into this, but his metrics, or I guess rather ETN's metrics, are bad. I know his yards per carry has been high over the beginning of the season, but overall, it's going to come down. Like he can't hold at this level. And I think Tootin could be a great piece. I don't think he'd be the full-time back. Obviously, he's not built for that if ETN goes down. But I think Tootin has the most juice. And then Algier is going to be the other one for me, just because I believe that if Bijan goes down, Algier plugs into 80% of that role. And we've seen him produce. Like, he may not be Bijan, but he can give us 70, 80, 90% in the right matchup. So I think it's going to be Tootin and Algier for me as my favorite two owns. Bam Knight, he's never going to be a bell cow. Gainwell, it's not bad, but it's also, you got to trust Arthur Smith, so there's that as well. Start one this week or rest of season. Ertz, Mason Taylor, Mayer. So Juwan Johnson I'm kind of out on right now. Ingram I'm out on. Theo Johnson I like in theory. They've got two hard matchups coming up. They do play Denver. They play Eagles again. Folks, I loved that they beat the Eagles first time. It was awesome. It was fun. They're going to get romped. They are absolutely going to get romped the second time. And I'm saying that confidently because if I'm wrong, Nick Sirianni might be gone. So I am willing to take a huge L if that's what it turns out to be. I kind of touched on the Ertz Mason Taylor a little bit ago. As far as long term, I'd be holding Mason Taylor because I think he has a chance the next couple of weeks with Garrett Wilson out to really be a main beneficiary. And then rest of the season too. He's not fighting anybody else for second targets. Ertz, he's going to come with some hits, some misses. He's the definition of a really good streaming tight end to me, just in the fact that I think he could get you a touchdown just about each and every week, this week included. Like up against Dallas, I like it. So I'm really cool with both of them, but if you're looking for more of a long term, I think it's going to be Mason Taylor. And then Michael Mayer, I don't mind him. You know, who do they get? They get the Chiefs this week, so it should be a little harder matchup. But I think he's going to go out there and give you 70-80% of Brock Bowers. 7 targets, 5 catches, 50 yards, and a touchdown. It's probably about what you're going to see each week. Hopefully he gets that touchdown, but 40 to 60 yards is probably where he's going to be. 4 to 6 carries, catches, whatever. Yeah, hope that answered it. What else we got, Jason? Keep on moving. Is it okay to drop Carter for Spears, Quorum, or Algier? I actually like Carter more than I like Bam Knight. I'd be willing to drop Bam Knight over Carter. Now, say, do you have both of them? Probably not. But I like Carter's upside, at least over the next 2 weeks. They have really bad game scripts, which means they should have to dump off a little bit more. And Carter spells a little bit. He's closer to 3-down back than Bam Knight is in my eyes. He is able to be out there in the 2-minute warning. He can catch the ball. Man. So, Jason, let me know what's your record in this league and give me the league size, because that does play a little bit. Like, true full-on upside, I think I would want Algier out of this list out of anybody. Just, again, I think he gives you the highest upside if something swings the right way. But if you're looking for a play right now, I think Carter would be number one on my list. From there, it would probably be, I guess, Algier and Carter, depending on what you're looking for, long-term, short-term. And then Spears, Quorum. I don't believe Quorum would fully take over that. They spent quite a bit on Jarquez Hunter, quite a bit. More than they did on a lot of the other running backs in the league. So, what do we got here? For the Carter League, I'm 4-2, full PPR. Yeah, if you're managing through, I'd be okay with it. But, man, dropping Carter's rough. Just he's going to be involved, for at least the next couple of weeks until they get Trey Benson back. Start one this week, rest of the season. Ertz, Ingram, Theo, Mayer. Give me Ertz. I like the matchup against Dallas. They should score quite a bit of points. Is it okay to go after Vidal, Knight, and waivers and dropping Chubb, DJ Moore, and Cup? I think I would rather have Chubb over Knight. Honestly, it's probably a flip of the coin. Like, it really is. Vidal, I probably want out of all of these players the most. And also, folks, I'm not sold that we're going to get him as a startable piece each and every week. There's a good chance that it's going to be him and Haskins going back and forth a little bit. Haskins didn't get a lot of work, but the fellow went out there and got a hustle play. When you get a hustle play like that, that gets Harbaugh's pants tightening up a little bit. So I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities that we get frustrated with these players, while also coming to the point of they're going to trade for somebody. Like, whether it's a Brees Hall, Ken Walker, or just a Rico Dowdle. I mean, Panthers paid Chuba Hubbard quite a bit of money. They paid Rico hardly anything. I think Rico's the better one, but you're more tied to Chuba not winning this year. Maybe who knows? Who knows if Rico gets shipped off? But I think it's Vidal, number one for me. DJ Moore went to the hospital after the game. I haven't seen any update on him, so give me a second to see if I can find anything on that. But that worries me a little bit. Like, you don't go to the hospital for fun, or I never do anyway. Yeah, I don't see anything. Taking to the local hospital after the game, issue some kinds, and issue fantasy. Yep. Yeah, we just got to watch out for DJ Moore. So I don't know if I flat out want to drop these guys, but if you have to, you have to. I've never been afraid to drop a player just because I've held on to so many players, and then 3 weeks later, I'm like, why? Why was I holding on to them? I just watched this waiver wire guy crush it against me, and I was holding on to hope. Cooper Kupp, wide receiver 43 on the season, wide receiver 22, 37, 63, 65, 30, 87. Yeah, let him go. He's got a bye week in week 8, week 7. Even if JSN goes down, like, is Cooper Kupp really going to be the guy? No, I don't think so. We got Torrey Horton for that. Let me go back up here, Jason. I think I missed. No, we did that one. Look at that, folks. Look at Jason. Help me out. Loading it up. Come on, keep it coming. Keep it coming, everybody. Nice. We got Niori, I hope. We got 604 in the house. Should I trade away Derrick Henry and Tyler Warren for Zach Ertz, Bucky, and Scary Terry? No. No, not at all. Best player in this list is Tyler Warren. You are getting a streamer and Zach Ertz back, which, end of the day, tight end. It's kind of streaming if you don't have the big three. Bucky, it's a scarier injury. It's shoulder and a foot/ankle. I don't remember which one. And they don't sound... It doesn't sound like he's coming back soon. They've already knocked him out for the Monday night game against the Lions. After that, I believe they do have a bye week. No, they get New Orleans and then a bye week. And then Scary Terry, I have no faith in. I have no faith in the rest of the season. Like, he could come out and do something, being part of... Like, he's been injured all year. Even when he wasn't injured, when he first came out at the beginning of the season, it wasn't pretty. I get it, Derrick Henry, you're kind of getting him off a boom game. Maybe you can get rid of him, but better days are ahead. Better days are ahead. We should be getting Lamar back at this point because Baltimore's season is over if they don't get him back this week. So I believe Derrick Henry's days should get better. But, like, flat out, I don't think I'd trade Tyler Warren for those three players at this point, just with Bucky's injuries. If he wasn't hurt, it'd change a little bit. But I'd hold tight. They're coming after your players. They want them. And usually when you're trading away to get three back, 9 times out of 10, you're always losing. If you're getting more players than you're giving up, you're usually losing the trade. Zappa! What's up? A little Tronics in here. Should I start both Waller and Kelsey to try and include them in a trade? Should I start both? I got you. I'm cool. Waller rest of the season is money. Waller, Waddle, HN, money. The defense is terrible. Hill's off the team. Like, I love Waller rest of the season. I've got him top 6, I think, the rest of the season rankings. Kelsey, might be a little cute there, but I've told you can drop him if you want. I really don't care. Like at this point, like, what is Kelsey truly doing? Now, I don't have him in a single league, so I need to just verify and pull him up to make sure his numbers, but he's not giving me anything better than a streamer. Tight end 10, 7, 18, 25, 12. It's 8, 12, or it's 8, 4, 7, 15. And like, that's... those kind of points from a tight end, that you owe them nothing. You owe no loyalty to a tight end that gives you those kind of numbers. Those are streaming numbers. You go check out my streaming article each and every week. I'll get you those points in a streamer. I will get you those points in a streamer. So I sell Kelsey, 100%, ship him off. Waller, though, I think he could be a game changer to have going forward in the season. At least from the tight end, what you can get from there. Marcus, what else we got? All right, somebody dropped K9 and Dobbins. Should I drop Vidal for either on waivers? Ooh, I don't think you should drop. I don't think you should drop him. But Dobbins definitely needs to be owned. I get it. It's been 2 games from him. But I'm sorry, if you expected Dobbins to be winning your weeks, you were drafting him wrong. You drafted him incorrectly. Where you got this guy, he was so late. Okay, RB 43 last week. I'll get it. It was bad. Playing the Jets, they're playing international. It's going to happen. But before that, RB 14, 29, 12, 15, 13. The dude needs to be owned. So yeah, you need to find a way to get Dobbins definitely on your team. I have been a Ken Walker guy all season, so I still have a spot in my heart for him. But I understand the situation at hand. As great as that OC is, I'm not liking him right now because of his splits he's doing on him. So, can you trade Vidal? Like, the Hampton owner. Do you think you could go trade Vidal and maybe a wide receiver and upgrade your wide receiver? You know, because the Hampton owner's probably not wanting to give up running back. But, like, package Vidal with something else to upgrade that something else and then go pick up one of these guys. Probably pick up Dobbins. I think K9's got more juice. If anybody's going to win a week, it's going to be Kenneth Walker. Because if Charbonnet goes down, Kenneth Walker will be a top 8 running back rest of the season, or at least while he has that role. Dobbins, I don't think he was ever really going to come above that RB12 cliff, though. Boom. Hey, what up, dude? Hey, how we doing? Glad you're in the chat. Appreciate you hanging out with us. We got LeBron hanging out with us. Okay. Would you trade CD, Dowdle, and Sharp for QJ, Breece Hall, and Garrett Wilson? No. No, I wouldn't. Oh, you got Chuba, huh? You're gonna have to split that duo up because I think both of them are gonna get flex-worthy roles going forward, and you don't want to have both of them. QJ, I don't know if his role is going to continue going forward. I don't even know if he's truly... has he taken that step? Is he actually better than he was? I don't know. And I don't think you have to pick a side on that to understand that they've lost three tackles. 2 left tackles and a right tackle. Their center is one of the worst in the game right now. We're not going to see Justin Herbert have the time to be able to wait for those long developing plays for him to shoot it down to QJ consistently, like what we were seeing before. Also, the running game's taken a huge hit. So now you have that threat there that just, it's not what it was. So I don't know if QJ is going to have the sustainability. I've got him closer to wide receiver 30 in my rest of season rankings. CD's top 3. CD's top 3, and Garrett Wilson will never be top 3 rest of the season. Just in the fact that he has a crap quarterback. We're going to see the inconsistency with Garrett Wilson, and he's banged up a little bit. And this team's 0-6. Breece Hall. Oh yeah, and you're also trading for 2 Jets, man. I'm out on the 2 Jets. Breece Hall could get traded. He could go to the Chargers. And what kind of problem could that start? Because once Hampton comes back and you have Breece Hall and Hampton, fantasy just is deteriorated drastically. So yeah, hold on to CD, hold on to Dowdle, Sharp as well, and just figure out a way to shop either Chuba or Dowdle. I think I'd rather have Dowdle rest of the season over the 2, but Chuba, guys usually don't lose their jobs to injuries. You know, they'll let him come back into here. They just signed him to a new deal. He's got 2 years left on it. So yeah. Use number 1. Nino, what happening? We got number 1 waiver priority on Burden, Cameron Johnson, Tez, Booty, Calvin, Austin. I guess if you can give me a little bit more context just in the fact, where's your record and what's your league size? Because if you're just looking for future pieces, I think Burden is the number 1. If you're looking for a spot start, oh man, we were just talking about the Steelers and who they played this week. They play Thursday night against the Bengals. Ooh, that's kind of juicy. If you need to play this week, I think it would be probably Calvin Austin. Just because out of the Johnsons, Tez and Cameron Johnson, I think I like Tez. But overall, I think it might actually be Sterling Shepard. When it comes to 2 wide receivers on the field, I think it's going to be Mike Evans and Sterling Shepard. So the 2 Johnsons, I think you're going to be hoping for what you got in this past game. Who gets the big bomb? Who gets the big touchdown? But which one of these guys do I think could have a consistent role in their offense going forward? It's 100% Burden. We might even see that sooner. He might not be a long-term option. He might be short-term and long-term, just with DJ Moore. He went to the hospital last night. We're waiting to get back more information. So I'd go Burden, Booty, Tez, Calvin, Cameron. Calvin, I do like him as a decent play this week, but his rest of season rankings, he's not in there for me. Should I sell Addison since McCarthy's back? No faith in McCarthy, huh? Oh man, I'm still sitting on the fence. He's a rook. He's a rookie. He's only played a handful of games. I'm holding out hope. I think head coach Kevin O'Connell is I think he is the best head coach in the league. I think it's him. I think it's McVay, and then Kevin Stefanski. I think those 3 are absolutely the best. And if anybody can get JJ McCarthy on there, it's the guy who got Sam Darnold straightened out. So hold out hope. Where's my buddy Matthias? And where you at, man? We need some Addison propaganda. He's the guy for you. I'm indifferent about Addison. Addison's looked good those couple of games. At the same time, it's also been garbage time. It's the touchdown at the end of the game he got. It's the big play. Those still count, but it's harder to rely on. I guess it depends what you're selling Addison for. What are you getting back is going to be the real question. So I'm not trying to get rid of him, but I do understand it. Nino, what's happening? Big play bonus league, if that changes anything for your pick. Yeah, I think I'm good then with the Burden, Booty, and then Tez, Calvin, Cameron. Because Booty and Burden are the 2 big play components for me. I think the 2 Johnsons could be as well, but we've seen more from Booty and Burden. I fell in love with this offseason. Watching his tape, I was crushed when he fell to the second round, but he probably fell to the best situation he could have. Nice. What else we got here? For the Carter League, I'm 4-2, full PPR. Okay, so in that situation, Jason, where are we at? Let me scroll back up here a little bit. Yeah, if you're doing good, go for it. Swing for the fences, man. Go for it. I like it. I'll give it my stamp. Oh, I need an actual stamp. Remind me next week, folks. We're going to bring a stamp in here, a little approval. Boop. A little sound effect. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, because my sound effects I have now, it's... Yeah, I know. Could be worse. All right. What else do we have for Carter League? 4-2. Thanks, my guy. I told you I would come on. Hey, Jason, I loved it, man. Love the questions. Love it. You always come in here helping us out. I appreciate it. Tronics. Kelsey and Jacobs for JT. Yeah, if you can get rid of Kelsey, absolutely. I would do that for sure. That's just clearing out base, bench spots. So yeah, 100%. If you can get that done, go for it. Hello. Am I cooked? I don't know if you're cooked, but it looks like you're a little warm there. Get that garlic back in the oven, a little olive oil. Get it nice and roasty toasty. Stank up that house. I'm all here for it there, garlic. Nino, we're 3-3, but it's a 10-man. 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, 2 flex, QB tight end, of course. My wide receivers are Diggs. Yeah. And now you're in the predicament. What do you do with Alec Ayumanor? Do you keep him? Do you try and see if something comes out of it? We saw flashes. Now Ridley's gone. And then Jacoby. I was so pumped for Jacoby, just as far as where you got him. And Gino's just trying to make me look like a complete idiot. So, oh man. That's an interesting one. Because honestly, yeah, maybe you go for Booty and Burden. Maybe you drop either Alec or Jacoby. It's rough out there, folks. It's rough out there. Hold tight. Those injuries should end. Maybe not. Oh, Garlic, look at you. 0-6. First in points against. Oh, man, that's a rough one. Last in points for. I am also in a league that has banned trading. What? What waiver wire pickups would you recommend? 12-man PPR. Unless it's like a specialty, like a chopped league or like a GTA league or something like that. The hell is trading banned? You have so many leagues that struggle to trade anyway just because nobody wants to pull the trigger. And then you're going to just come ban it? We need to work on that commish there, Garlic. You need to get up underneath that nose a little bit, make it twinge some. Hey, I've been there before. First in points against, last in points for. That's why I play in multiple leagues. If the injury bug kills you, at least it won't ruin your whole fantasy football season. All right, well, we're looking for ads. We've been over at quite a few today. Kind of depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for instant starts, it's going to be your Bam Knights, your Kamani Vidals, your AU Manners, your Sterling Shepherds, Jordan Whittington possibly for the Rams, filling in for Cooper Kupp, Booty, Bourne. If Mac Jones is in, I'm on for the Bourne ridiculousness. Calvin Austin, we talked about on Thursday, could have a different matchup. Looking for long-term options, probably not really the case for you right now. We're just looking to scrape together some wins. But Trey Harris for the Chargers. Another one of those rookies I got way too hyped about, because then as soon as Keenan Allen came to town, it just ruined everything. But I think that there's a chance that he starts to emerge. Burden, as we've talked about, there's a chance. Noah Brown, he's been hurt for most of the season, but we got Debo and McLaurin looking through injuries, so Noah Brown might be somebody to look at as well. Quarterbacks, depending on how deep it is, how rough it is out there, Flacco might be looked at as a starter going forward. Or not a starter, a streamer. Watch what I say there. But him and Fannin moving into the tight ends. Fannin, I think, has got a decent one. Mason Taylor. Rondé Gadsden the third. Woo-hoo! There's always that. And then Garlic, really, what it sounds like you need a little Taysom Hill action. He had one touch last week, but it was a touchdown. If you need 15 points, he might be your guy. But yeah, it's that 0-6. You might have come a little too late there, Garlic. Where were you in week 4? Where were you week 5? Come on. But it's okay. We'll figure this out. Marcus, drop Dobbs for Dobbins or K9. Yeah, I would drop Dobbs for Dobbins. Damn. K9's got the better talent over Dobbins, but I think the situation is definitely better for Dobbins. Dobbins won't lose his job to Harvey. K9 is losing the rest of the job that he needs. But yeah, I would drop Dobbs for Dobbins 100%. Dobbs is going to have a couple more decent games, but I don't think you're going to be able to predict him just because of the emergence of Golden. We have Tucker Kraft is their best receiving option, and then you also have Josh Jacobs. So yeah, do it. Tronics coming back, or should I use those two, Kelsey and Jacobs, for another elite RB or elite wide receiver? That's also a thought too. Maybe you don't want to go help out that other 5 team by giving him Josh Jacobs, who's already had a bye. Maybe, yeah, I'd go see if you can go fleece another team, because right now he's 5-1, or she, whatever the person is, but they're not incentivized to make a trade that they don't absolutely love. You go kick the tires on some of those 3-3 teams, maybe a 2-4 team if there's a bunch of really low teams. I'd go see if you can pressure and flex one of them out of a pick. And then if not, go back to that JT trade. Because again, I don't think it's a huge tier break between Jacobs and JT rest of the season. All right, Nino. We got Neighbors. Reek went bye-bye for me. That's rough. Team is rough. We got Dak, CMC. Okay, not bad. Chase Brown, Harvey, Pacheco, Benson. Okay, bad. Carter, We got Diggs, Jacoby Elliott. Man. Oh, that's rough. That is really rough. There might be enough where you can patch some holes. Maybe you can get rid of Carter. I really don't. Like, patching together some sort of trade, without knowing, like, kind of the situations on the other teams and stuff like that. Sorry, I tried Garlic's reasoning for why trades got banned. But yeah, Nino, it's just right off the bat, it's kind of hard. Let me look at some of my rest of the season rank and see if anybody jumps out at me. But just not having a lot of capital to trade with to go get somebody, I think you're just going to have to hit those waivers hard. Absolutely hit the waivers hard. And maybe it kind of develops into some things you can move. Maybe you trade McBride. Maybe you move on from Trey McBride and kind of patch together 75% of McBride through streaming. And if he can bring you in a a good wide receiver or maybe a depth running back in a wide receiver 2. Because, like, right now you obviously don't want to get rid of CMC. He's the linchpin of your team. It's rough. It's rough. You got to, clean up with some of those waivers there. Garlic's talking about trades being banned. Gaslit everyone. I'm the reason trading is banned. At least you know. At least you own it. You understand. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. We got the World of Guz, huh? How do you feel about Jefferson fantasy production with McCarthy's back? Are you selling him or holding him? I'm holding him. He's the best receiver in the league, like hands down. It's hard to make this comment now after Jamar Chase absolutely blowing up the last 2 weeks, but I think I would rather have Jefferson rest of season. Like, Jamar Chase might have a higher overall ceiling, but I think Jefferson gives you more consistency than Jamar Chase will rest of the season. Flacco's usually good when he comes out initially, and then it goes down. And that's the reason he hasn't been a starting quarterback in years. I mean, technically he was a starter this year, but like you get what I'm saying. Like, he wasn't sought after. He left the Browns 2 years ago because they didn't want to bring him back after his grazing season. Went to the Colts and he didn't stay the starter there. Like, Anthony Richardson took the job back from Flacco. So I'm not trying to sit here and crap all over the Bengals when they're doing good, fantasy good over the last 2 weeks, but I don't trust it. So yeah, I'm cool with Jefferson. I've actually made a few trades for him this past week while he was on his buys to some teams that really needed some action. We got Travis in an 8-man full PPR league. Should I trade a Mecca for Sutton? My other receivers are Nico, Rice, Garrett Wilson, and Keenan Allen. I don't think so. I'm going to hold on to a Mecca. Guess depends on what your record is, but if you have a 3-3 or better record, no, I'm holding on to a Mecca. I don't think it's going to be that bad. They have their bye week coming up. He'll be able to sit out at least 2, maybe 3 weeks. It's him and Rice. Him and Rice are the guys that you have on your team. Sutton's a great wide receiver too. Nico Collins, kind of have to look at him more as like a high-end wide receiver too, just because it's been streaky. And Garrett Wilson's hurt, so. For Sutton. Yeah, no, I'd totally take Emeka over Sutton, even if Emeka loses the next couple weeks. Bo Nix has been so uninspiring. His deep ball is not great. If anything, I think I would rather trade Nico Collins. Maybe move him. Garrett Wilson's got a great rest of the season. I don't think you're going to be able to trade him. Hurt. And then Keenan Allen, the window to sell him is gone, so we're hoping for another couple of games with touchdowns to come back. But yeah, I wouldn't get rid of Emeka unless you're hurting. If you're 2-4, you're 1-5, you need a little boost because the team looks great, but it's also an 8-man team, so I know most of them look pretty good. Tronic's coming back in here. Should I start Vidal even with the tough matchup? His last game, yes, he did good, but it was against a weak Miami. I'm right there with you. I am 100% with you. I don't think he's unstartable. I do think points are going to come out of the backfield, but I don't know if it's going to be as pretty as we got in this was as far as him. Haskins, there's no reason why he couldn't take a little bit out. Nyheim Hines, first game back this past week, he could get worked in a little bit more, maybe through the passing game. And still, we have trade rumors on the docket, so granted, it doesn't really affect your start this week, but he's playing Indy. Where is Indy as far as running backs? I think they're like middle of the pack. I don't remember. Off the top of the dome, they're 8th against running back, allowing only 16 points per game to the running back position. You can carve them up for the wide receivers, so this could be a heavy Ladd McConkey game. Keenan Allen might finally get a boost. I'd be willing to start him. Depends who you're starting him over, but I'm not forcing him in my lineup after this big game. It feels like we're chasing points coming into it. But then again, he had 18 carries and 4 targets, so maybe I'm just playing scared here, and you don't win when you play scared. Garlic, thanks for the advice. Anytime, we got you covered. Make sure you come back here 3 o'clock every Tuesday, 3 Eastern every Tuesday here on the Fantasy Football Advice Network. You're checking out my show. It's Too Much Fantasy Football and Walking the Wire. Garlic, what do we got? For the record, I got 65 points last week. Hurts, Henry, Jameson, Williams saved me. The rest screwed me, man. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. I had one league. I think my best scorer had 8 points. It was like a 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. And I lost by 3 points. That was the worst part. I was still in it. Still freaking had a chance. Oh, it's the worst. God, I love fantasy football. We got a handful of questions more. I got about 5-ish minutes left on here, so make that last sprint. Toss anything you want in here. Also, I'm 1-5, 10-man, full PPR. Are you selling Ibuka for Lad? I think I would do that. It sounds spicy as it coming on, but like I've been on Lad the last couple weeks as far as like regressions, like it's going to work its way back in there. Keenan Allen was useful because of the touchdowns. That wasn't going to continue. I still don't have full faith in QJ, and Lad's metrics weren't bad this year. He just was worse compared to last year because he has other competition. Last year he didn't have competition. He had QJ who didn't know how to catch. That's it. So Lad disappointed a bit to start off, but I do think he's going to. I think rest of the season I've got him like 12, 13. So that's rough. It's really rough because Ibuka is just amazing. But you need to win. You're 1-5. I think you got to do it. Maybe see if you can squeeze a little bit more out of him. Maybe not. He's hurt, so maybe not. Maybe I'm getting greedy. Take it. Unless it's a keeper league, you want to hold him. Right, but with this roster, would you look to trade off CMC for pieces? Or McBride for like a wide receiver. Yeah, I would trade McBride for sure. I guess it depends what you get back for CMC. CMC's harder because you're looking to fill holes of the running backs and the wide receivers. Versus tight end, you can patch together pretty good tight end play. Right now, we're not really getting anybody that's elite at the tight end position that's running away like we got with Brock Bowers last year or Laporta the year before. It's not quite the same. Warren's looked good, but he's not elite. He's just elite as far as tight ends go because it's so bad up there. Absolutely. Gotcha. Appreciate you coming by. Appreciate you hitting us with some questions there. Garlic coming back in here. I played Judkins, Ridley, Ibuka, Mason. Oh, God. Oh, Garlic, you might be cursed this year. Do us a favor. Post your starting lineup this week so we know who not to play. Because, it sounds like you're just... you're the Reaper this year, huh? That's fun. Ryan, start 2 out of 3. Rashee Rice, yes. Sutton against the Giants or Scatabo against the Broncos. Rashee Rice, this is why you drafted him. This is why he's coming off an ACL, but like we really thought he was going to be questionable after the first couple weeks. He's had 6 weeks to ramp it up. Rashee Rice is going in my every starting lineup I possibly can. And can you really bench Scatabo after three touchdowns last week? I can see it. I can see playing Sutton over him, but I'm not benching Scatabo. Like you just can't. You absolutely cannot. It's more fun. He should get swagger points. I'm here for swagger points being added to fantasy football. We're gonna start a petition. I need you guys to sign it in here for me, would you? Thanks. Kelsey and Jacobs for Amon-Ra. Yeah, I like that. I would lose Elite RB, but I have Bucky, which should get me back next week. And I get people who clap back at me, some of these people in the fantasy space. I think it's easier to find an elite plug-in running back, a great plug-in running back, than it is a wide receiver. Look what we've done with Rashad White, Rico Dowdle. But are we doing that with Alec Andrew Manor, with Jordan Whittington, with Tez Johnson? No. But you can't, wide receiver goes out to replace somebody. He's one of 2, 1 of 3 guys out there. The running back, he is the guy. So I'm willing to trade some of those elite RBs if you can get back the pieces you need. And Kelsey and Jacobs for Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra is top 3 rest of the season for me. I got him below. Well, I got to update those. It was Puka, JSN, and Amon-Ra for me rest of the season, so I might have to mess with that. We got Travis 2 and 4. I don't remember which one. Oh, trading Ibuka. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, go ahead and do it if you got to do it. McBride and Carter for Judkins, Dobbs, or Addison. I'd rather have Addison than Dobbs. Dobbs doesn't really... He's a great plug-in for me, but he doesn't really get the motor running for me as far as put him in my flex, and I really don't have to think about it much. Addison, he has so much upside, I think that I'm okay with that. McBride and Carter for Judkins. Yeah. Judkins, we finally saw... Judkins finally had the game that I expected him to have most of the season, just because of how bad the Browns were. Clearly proved me wrong, but I don't think it's going to happen regularly. He seems to be too good for that to happen on a regular basis, so I do that. I take Judkins and Addison over McBride and Carter, filling in some of the spots for you. I like it. Sorry I don't have any questions. I listen to the channel quite often, so I'm all set for now. You guys are... Hey, I appreciate it. Even this, just hitting us up. No, I love it when y'all are here. Ask questions or not, just taking it all in. It's always a good time. Someone dropped Ertz in my wire. He has looked good in games with Jaden Daniels. Yeah, I don't disagree. This past game was or the 2 games ago wasn't great, but we got the touchdown last night, right? Am I remembering that correctly? And then this week they play Dallas, so I think Ertz, he's going to be top 10 for me this week in my rankings. I got to get out of here. I got to hit Garlic's last question. I'm going to roll Hurts, Gainwell, Judkins, Collins, Ridley. I need Kittle, Jameson. Might swap the bat. Oh, you're going to swap Badgley. Did you hear that, folks? No Badgley this week. Garlic, cursed Garlic over there is also lost week 5. I lost by 3 points. Someone picked up Rico Dowdle. So you would have absolutely destroyed that person had they not played Dowdle. You would have had 20 plus points on them. And then that comes in. I swapped a Schrader that week. So it's your fault. It's your fault he went down. No, I'm kidding. It sucks. It sucks when you're the one that has the bad luck. But I get it. I've been there. I've had plenty of the seasons. Folks, I cannot thank you guys enough for hanging out with me, hopping in these questions, blowing it up. It's been awesome. It's been a great time. Like I said, I'm here every single Tuesday, 3 o'clock Eastern Time on the Fantasy Football Advice Network. Looking for more stuff from us. We have live streams all week long. We've got pre-recorded shows coming out. Like, subscribe here. If you're looking for more of my stuff, if it's not here on the Advice Network, it's on my channel, Too Much Fantasy Football. You can find me on Twitter at @too_much_Brian. But that's all I've got for you. We're going to get out of here. We're going to shut it down. Again, can't thank y'all enough for coming and hang out with us. They're flashing the light at me. I got to go. We'll see y'all next week. Good luck. Come hang out with us on the Sunday morning for the start sits questions. You'll find me and the rest of the coffee crew. Thanks for listening, and we'll see y'all next time. Later.